Hi, this is Gali Gofar. Thank you very much for joining me here today. Today I'm going to be talking about small intestinal bacterial overgrowth and how you can treat it naturally with diet and supplements. SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, happens when there is an increase in the number or type of bacteria in the upper gastrointestinal tract. Your body will start to experience problems such as diarrhea, constipation, bloating, indigestion, malabsorption of certain nutrients, and which will lead to late weight loss and malnutrition. The reason for these symptoms is because bacteria produce various toxic agents that have systemic effects. These toxic agents include ammonia, D-lactate, and ethanol, and others. In addition, there are often increased endotoxin and bacterial compound levels that stimulate the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines in the blood, meaning they cause inflammation overall. Now, microscopic inflammatory changes also occur inside the structure of the small intestines. The body usually prevents this bacterial overgrowth by producing gastric acid, increasing gut motility, meaning removing from the body the foods, and increasing bile secretion. However, this may not always function suitably due to an underlying disease state requiring medical and nutritional support. Now, SIBO is frequently found in people with irritable bowel syndrome, about between 30 and 85%. However, research does show that SIBO does not play a significant role in the pathogenesis of irritable bowel syndrome, so these are not always connected. SIBO is also frequently found in Crohn's disease, about 25%, in celiac disease, between 9 and 55%, and in diabetes, between 50 and 70%. And it was found in a research study showed that it was found in 100% of people with fibromyalgia. Now, SIBO is diagnosed by non-invasive hydrogen and methane breath tests after glucose or lactulose challenge. Standard management of SIBO involves treatment of the underlying disease, nutritional support of malnutrition, weight loss, and nutrient deficiencies, and antibiotics, especially rifaximin, which has low gastrointestinal absorption and good bactericidal activity. This antibiotic eradicates small intestinal bacterial overgrowth in up to 80% of patients. However, the recurrence rate is very high. Natural methods to manage SIBO can support the standard treatment methods and prevent relapse. Natural methods to manage SIBO include taking probiotics or consuming prebiotic foods daily. Studies show the effectiveness of certain probiotics on SIBO. Probiotics strengthen the gut's barrier function, they restrain several pathogens, and they modify the inflammatory response of the bowel and reduce visceral hypersensitivity. Now, probiotics are effective in normalizing the gastric microbiome, the bacteria in the stomach, just as they are effective in normalizing the intestinal microbiome. Therefore, consuming probiotics regularly can help normalize intestinal motility and stomach acid necessary to inhibit gastric and intestinal bacteria overgrowth. Now, probiotics are found in foods such as kombucha, yogurts, kefir, kimchi, and sauerkraut, and can help revive the healthy bacterial communities in the stomach and the intestines and prevent bacterial overgrowth. One of the most convenient ways to take probiotics is by drinking a probiotic drink every day or taking probiotic supplements. However, you should note that you want to ensure some bacteria reach the gut while others also are there to affect the stomach. Certain strains of bacteria are hardy enough to survive the high acidity in the stomach and can reach the intestines. These include Lactobacillus acidophilus, Lactobacillus paracasei, and Bifidobacterium lactis. Now, if you choose enteric-coated probiotics, these will ensure that they reach the gut, but none will reach the stomach. So either go for 2 probiotic supplements, one enteric-coated and the other not, or take one probiotic supplement that has many different strains of bacteria, including those that I just mentioned, to ensure bacterial strains reach your entire digestive system. Now, please note that Lactobacilli-based probiotics are contraindicated in people with a risk of D-lactic acidosis. This is a rare condition, occurs primarily in people with a history of short bowel syndrome. You want to aim to consume prebiotic foods as well. These are foods for the friendly bacteria, and these bacteria use prebiotics to thrive, basically. Prebiotic foods, rich foods include vegetables, especially artichokes, garlic, leeks, different types of onions, potatoes, carrots, asparagus, and fruits, especially bananas, apples, oranges, and apricots. You also want to drink herbal teas. A study showed that essential oils like peppermint, fennel, lemon balm, and coriander seed showed to have strong antibacterial effects and the ability to kill bacteria present in the small intestine. But I do not recommend ingesting essential oils in any way, as they may be very toxic, especially if you don't have any experience in this. However, you can get similar benefits by consuming these herbs in teas, through herbal teas. These herbs found in teas are food grade and can have benefits for reducing harmful bacterial overgrowth. Go for 100% therapeutic grade mint teas, fennel, lemon balm, and coriander seeds. If you don't find coriander seed tea, you just put the whole coriander seeds and soak them in hot water for about 5 minutes, and then you can drink the liquid. Also, you want to consume antimicrobial herbs. Although antibiotics remain the mainstay of SIBO treatment, various herbal combinations are very beneficial. There is accumulating evidence demonstrating the antimicrobial properties of a growing number of herbs, including garlic, black cumin, cloves, cinnamon, and thyme and bay leaves, as well as mustard and rosemary, and this has prompted an interest in herbal therapy for the treatment of SIBO. I recommend adding these condiments regularly to your foods. Now, you also want to follow a low FODMAP diet. FODMAP stands for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. A low FODMAP diet is one without fermentable carbohydrates. It eliminates foods that feed the harmful intestinal bacteria. However, this diet is very limiting because chronic diarrhea is a symptom of SIBO. The condition can lead to malnutrition, making it crucial to eat nutritious foods while avoiding foods that exacerbate SIBO symptoms. That said, you may follow a low FODMAP diet for about 3 months, no more, and then you can reintroduce these foods that are higher in fermentable carbohydrates gradually. You want to test the different foods one by one while you introduce them, each new food for about 3 days. And then you know which types of FODMAPs you can tolerate and how many of these FODMAPs you tolerate. Now, foods that are rich in FODMAPs include garlic, onion, wheat, rye, chickpeas, different types of legumes, cashews, foods rich in lactose, including all dairy products, foods rich in fructose, meaning most fruits and sweeteners, also artificial sweeteners, rich in polyols. These you want to avoid. So the takeaway is that taking antibiotics for extended periods may lead to bacterial resistance and an imbalance in intestinal and gastric bacteria. Antibiotic treatment with SIBO is also not sufficiently effective, and the recurrence rate is very high. For managing your SIBO symptoms, healthy long-term dietary changes can shift the microbiome composition and bring the balance to the gut, as well as these supplements that I recommended. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please also subscribe to my channel and visit my website, thegorilladiet.com.